Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best pan-seared ribeye steaks along with some roasted asparagus, and we're going to use some easy microwavable potatoes. Alright guys, what I have here are two 2-inch thick ribeye steaks. These things are phenomenal. I've got some microwave potatoes. I highly recommend these. These are delicious. And I've got a couple stalks of asparagus. What we're going to do first, though, we're going to go ahead and get into the steak and get it seasoned up. We're going to keep this real simple, and I'm going to use that favorite Longhorn grill seasoning for our steak. This is a thick piece of meat, so we want to make sure that we liberally season the steak on all the sides. It looks like there's a lot. You got to remember, this Longhorn seasoning is not overly salty, one, but two, again, this is a thick steak, and we're going to be slicing it on the bias, so it's not like we're going to be eating the whole thing anyway. But make sure you season your steak really well. Now, you can use salt and pepper, which I do a lot as well, but I just wanted to use the Longhorn seasoning on these today. So go ahead and get your season on. While you're at it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you have the ability, please share the video. I truly appreciate it. All right, now we're gonna come and we're gonna hit it with some black pepper. Can't leave out the black pepper. You know how I feel about the black pepper. So go as light or as liberal as you want with your black pepper. Just making sure that you hit it really well. All right, guys, once we get them seasoned up really well, we're just gonna go ahead and put these over to the side for a few minutes. Then we're gonna go ahead and get our asparagus prepped up and get it all ready. So what I've done, I've got my asparagus all cleaned and washed really well. I've taken the ends off the back end like I've showed you before in previous asparagus videos. I like to chop off the back end. You know, they're really fibrous and hard to eat, so you just want to make sure that you cut the back ends off. I go up, depending on the thickness of the asparagus, depends on how far I go up, but generally I go up about 1.5 to 2 inches off the back end. Now we're going to keep it really simple with this asparagus. We're going to go in with some coconut oil. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to microwave this coconut oil and make it easier to distribute amongst my asparagus. And sometimes it will solidify back up, but that's okay after you've already got it poured on your asparagus. But you want to go over all your asparagus and making sure that you hit the tops of your asparagus. That way when you season it up, your seasoning is going to adhere and coat your asparagus well. So as far as our seasoning, we're going to use minced garlic. You know we keep the minced garlic on deck, and we go heavy with our minced garlic on our veggies. So put as much or as little as you like. We're going to go fairly heavy with our garlic, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to toss it. So it's not that you have to have it perfectly on there, because we will toss the asparagus around a little bit, but you want to go with that asparagus. You know we're going to go with our complete seasoning. Love complete, love it. Like I said, to me, it's almost impossible to over season your food when you use it, especially when you're doing veggies. So you want to go liberal with your complete seasoning. Make sure you hit all your asparagus, tops and bottoms. And I do have my pan lined with foil for easy cleanup. Not necessary, but I recommend it. Then we're gonna go with some black pepper. Again, to season the taste. You know what you like. Now once that's done, like I said, you just give your asparagus a toss. You're gonna mix up that coconut oil along with those seasonings and make sure that everything is coated well and liberally. This is not going to be over salted at all. You can always add salt on the back end. All right guys, now it's time to get into these steaks. Now I'm cooking my asparagus and my steaks at the exact same time. I luckily have, you know, a double oven, so I've got my asparagus in and we're going in with our steaks. You see I have my pan piping hot before we put the steaks in, and we just went in with a little bit of oil, maybe a tablespoon of oil, and we're going to put those steaks down in that pan. What you want to do, as soon as you put them in there, you want to leave those steaks alone, and you want them to sear for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Don't even touch them. Like I said, these are super thick steaks, so you don't have to worry about it overcooking at all, as you will see further on in the cook. You hear that nice sizzle going on. They are really cooking well. And like I said, you just want to let them be. Don't play around with them. You want that seasoning and everything to adhere to your steaks. Don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. All right, we've had them going for about 5 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and turn them over. It's good to use a cast iron skillet if you got one that's already seasoned so it doesn't stick. Now look at that steak. You can see that perfectly golden color on there. It's been perfectly seared, and that's exactly what you're looking for. That nice color on there and that nice crisp, and that seasoning has been seared onto that meat, so you don't have to worry about it when we go into our next step. So now guys, what I'm doing, I'm just adding in 4 tablespoons of butter. This is all natural butter, unsalted. And we're going to go ahead on and just let that butter melt down a little bit. Then we're going to go in with some garlic for our garlic butter sauce that we're going to baste our steaks with. This sauce is really simple, but it's really delicious over these steaks, and it really complements it well. So you're going to go ahead and let your butter melt down a little bit. Then you're going to go in with your garlic. I'm using about, I would say, 2 tablespoons of garlic, minced garlic. You can go a little lighter if you want, or you can go a little heavier. It's all up to you. But once you get that garlic in there, you're going to go ahead, you're going to want to let it saute just for a little bit and bathe those steaks with that butter. You're going to take a spoon and you're going to want to begin to bathe your steaks with that butter. Again, this is, we're not going to finish it on the top of the stove. There's no way we would be able to get these steaks done the way we want to, just keeping them in the pan on top of the stove. But you want to bathe them a little bit and get some of that garlic and flavors on top of your steak before we go into the oven, which we're going to do here shortly. I've got my oven for my steaks running at 375 degrees. I forgot to mention, when we did put our asparagus in, I have my asparagus running at 400 degrees. Now you just, like I said, just give them a nice little bath. Get a little garlic and everything on top, some of that flavor in on top. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this in that 375 degree oven, and we're going to cook it until it's done. We're going for a perfect medium today. So I'm looking to go to about 140 to 145 degrees with that, guys. Let's get into these potatoes. The potatoes are easy. There's really nothing to them. You just follow the directions on the back of the box. Just a really quick and easy way to add the starch to your meal if you're looking for a starch. I like them, highly recommend them, and it's easy peasy. All right, guys, here is our asparagus. That asparagus went for about 20 minutes till it was done to our liking. It still has a nice little snap to it, but it's not, you know, oat crunchy or anything like that. Delicious. You can see the garlic on there, the seasonings on top. And then here are our potatoes. Just got them out of the microwave. We're going to let them sit for a little bit before we peel that plastic back and then add the oil and seasoning mixture. Once we do, all we have to do is just give it a little mix and you're good to go. So now we've got our vegetable, we've got our starch. Now all we're doing is just waiting for the star of the show to get done, that ribeye steak, and it shouldn't be too much longer. Like I said, we're shooting for 140 to 145. Medium is what I'm looking for. So it shouldn't be too much longer, guys. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a little salt and pepper to the potatoes as well, but the seasonings they give you are perfectly fine for me. So it's getting mixed. Now it's time to go ahead and get that steak ready. Coming out in just a sec. I did put a temp probe in mine, 145. Here you go. Perfectly done. You can see that nice sear that we got. That honey garlic, or that garlic butter sauce is nice and brown, like we're wanting. So here's our meal, y'all. There's our asparagus, those potatoes, and there's the star of the show, those beautiful ribeye steaks. Let's go ahead and get it cut into. Man, when I tell you these things are smelling so good, looking good, cannot wait. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take and let's cut it on a slight bias. You can see this, they're cutting like butter. Perfectly done. Perfect tenderness. Perfect doneness as well. This is exactly what we were looking for. The camera doesn't do it justice, but you can see how that is got that nice warm pink in the center. If your end pieces are done cooked to perfection, then you know the middle is going to be perfect. So I was extremely happy with the way this turned out. We were very, very pleased with it. We ate well this night. Again, you can see how easy it's just cutting through, just like butter. Nice and juicy. You make sure you let your steaks rest. You don't see a ton of liquid running out of the steak, but you can see how juicy the steak is. You know, that's because we let the steak rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you cut right into a steak when it's done, you're going to lose a lot of those juices that you want to keep inside the meat. So just let it rest. Now I'm going to spoon some of that garlic butter sauce on top. When I tell you this just added a whole nother layer of flavor to this steak. It was fantastic, guys. Go ahead and get a little bite for you. Make sure it's quality, and needless to say, it was. Guys, I truly appreciate you guys watching. This is super simple to do. Anybody can make a perfect steak. Just follow the recipe and keep it simple. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, please do. Share the video out. Truly appreciate you guys. Until the next time when we come back with another banger, God bless, and we'll see you in the kitchen.